What's good, y'all? I guess I'm here to address the elephant in the room. I've been getting so many, I've been getting so many mentions. I've been mentioning stuff. I've been getting so many DMs. I've been getting so many calls, so many texts. So I'm here to address the elephant in the room. There's things being said about me, about the whole situation. I understand people are confused. You know what I'm saying? So here, is some clarification. So first off, basically, I think we should start off by congratulating Ting and her fiance on their engagement. Whenever you feel like you know what I'm saying, can spend the rest of your life with somebody, that should be celebrated, you know? So I think the biggest thing that I've seen is people kind of wondering what the timeline was. So me and Ting broke up over a year ago. So it's been a little bit of time. It's been time. Also, I remember seeing that people thought that me and Ting's breakup had something to do with me leaving Bobby's group and going to Brooks. And those two situations were two totally different situations. You know, it was never, oh, y'all broke up, so you have to, no, that's not in Bobby's character. It was just it was a business decision. I've also been seeing a lot of speculation about why me and Ting broke up. And I've been seeing people speculate, I should say, that I cheated on Ting. I did not cheat on Ting. While I do have a girlfriend, me and my girlfriend did not meet until this year. We did not meet until this year, so about 8-9 months after me and Ting broke up. So like I said, I understand people were confused. So I just wanted to come on here, give some clarity, you know what I'm saying? And because at the end of the day, it's a beautiful thing what just happened. I think my name being kind of mentioned in that kind of takes away from their unity, you know what I'm saying? So at this time, I would just love it if we just celebrate them, you know what I'm saying, without bringing me into it, because that's not fair to them, you know what I'm saying? So, yep, I just wanted to give y'all some clarity, and peace.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. 100K a day with another episode of The Biggest Hater in Track and Field. Today, I'm going to be addressing the pink elephant in the living room, Athing Mu, and her performance at the Prefontaine Classic. Now, a lot of people have reached out to me and asked me to speak about this, and I didn't want to talk about it because it was very painful. Now, we just heard from Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller was Athing Mu's ex-boyfriend, a black kid from St. Louis. Brandon Miller's a good kid. He went to Texas A&M with Athing Mu. They had a great relationship. Around the time of their relationship, Athing Mu became a national champion in the NCAA. She became an Olympic champion, and she also became a world champion. However, since breaking up with Brandon, her career has gone directly to the south. That's right. When black excellence meets white mediocrity, we always see the results, and usually it spells disaster for the career of the person who had the black excellence. And of course, Athing Mu is no exception here. Ever since linking up with this Russian guy that she just got married to, her career has been absolutely dumpster juice. And it just, reached its zenith just a couple weeks ago at the Prefontaine Classic. That's right. All my parlays was going very, very well. All my clients was ready to get rich or die trying. And the only thing we needed was for Athing Mu to come through and to close our parlay out. Closing the parlay out would have paid us astronomical odds. That means over $100 parlay would easily turn into a $20,000 payout. Some clients bet 100, some clients bet 500. That would have been over a $100,000 payout, all because of this parlay coming together. And all we needed was Athing Mu to do what she said she was going to do, because in the pre-meet press conferences and interviews, she told everybody she was ready. So, a lot of people had faith the size of a mustard seed in her abilities and her talents. Do y'all think she came through? Absolutely not. Ever since she got married to this white boy, it's been all bad for her. She hasn't made Olympic team. She's been falling on her face at Olympic trials, and it's just been absolutely horrible. Absolute horrible. And the Prefontaine was no different. The Prefontaine Classic was no different. It was very disappointing. Very disappointing, y'all. Like, I literally was just one waste away from getting everybody paid on this parlay. Now, we still took a profit overall, but people like to see the big boy profits. People want to see the 2,000 to 1 payouts and the 200 to 1 payouts and things like that with $100 on it. You got $100 on something and you get a 200 to 1 payout. Yeah, that's a $20,000 payday easily. $500, of course, in that same thing, it pays $100,000. Those are the things that people want to see. So Athing Mu blew it for us when she got out off the starting line of the race, and I saw how she performed over the first 200 meters. I knew that there would be a lot of slow singing and flower bringing from my parlay because she went straight to the back of the pack. I know she had no chance at that very moment. Now, she's been running some 5,000 meters and 1,500s earlier in the season, and maybe she was just chilling because she finished horribly in those races early in the season, or she didn't finish at all. So this 100 meters at the Steve Prefontaine Classic, 800 meters at the Steve Prefontaine Classic, it could have been a turning point. As a matter of fact, her American record was set at a previous Prefontaine Classic, I think in 2000 and maybe 23. And this was the complete opposite. She went to the back of the pack and never regained her footing. I was very disappointed, but I wasn't surprised. Like I said, ever since she linked up with this Russian guy, everything has been absolutely bad for her. It's also worth noting that Brandon Miller, her ex-boyfriend and the guy she was with when she basically accomplished everything in her track and field career, has also moved on. He didn't move on to another dark-skinned chick. As a matter of fact, him and Athing Mu look funny together, if you ask me. She's clearly a lot taller than him, and I think it just looks funny to see a woman who's, significantly taller than a man just walking around. I don't feel like a woman respects a man like that, So he's moved on also, and he's moved on to a bad red bone. Actually, the complete opposite of Athing Mu. Does he have a type? Maybe it was Athing Mu's money. Maybe it was her smile. Who knows? But he definitely moved on to something light skinned. So, now that the dust is settled, they've all broken up with one another. Athing Mu is with a white boy, and Brandon Miller is with a red bone. Continuing the trend in track and field that, for the most part, with the exception of maybe a Noah Lyles and his girlfriend and a Christian Coleman and Sha'Carri Richardson, for the most part, dark-skinned athletes, dark-skinned people do not date or marry other dark-skinned people in track and field. That is the pattern. If you notice, like, mostly all the dark-skinned girls, for the most part, have either white boys or a woman. And most of the dark-skinned men, they either have white women or a Latina or a red bone. Like, it's like across the board, dark-skinned people do not date dark-skinned people in athletics, especially at the top. The people that we see the most, the Grant Holloways, the Daniel Roberts, even the Kenny Benaricks. The Kenny Benaricks and the rest of them, most of them do not date other dark-skinned people. They date other races, or mostly white women. I don't know why that is, but that's just what happened. So anyway, my parlay was going so good, y'all. So good. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. A beautiful Saturday afternoon on July 5th, 2025. And this is what happened. So Lucille Tabogo kicked off the parlay. All he had to do was win the 200. Kenny Benaric pulled out, so that was going to be pretty easy. And he won. Lucille Tabogo won it. 1976. Tara Davis had to win the long jump. And she came through and won it. As a matter of fact, Tara Davis is another swirler. But in this particular case, man, Tara Davis pulled out on her very final jump. Came and won the competition. In fact, Lucille Tabogo, he was a slight underdog, at least by the odds maker. He was going to win the race. He was the one with the best odds, but he was still a plus 115. That means for every $100 you bet on him, you win, $115. So, he kicked the parlay off with that. Tara Davis was the favorite, minus 400. Keyshawn Thompson was minus 286, clear favorite to win the men's 100. Clear favorite. He won. He won with a nice time. I think he ran like 985. Akira Nugent, she was plus 350. That means for every $100 you bet, you will win $350 if Akira Nugent won the women's 100-meter hurdles. And she won, of course. I bet on her. And Matthew Hudson Smith, he was plus 125 to win the men's open 400-meter dash. And he won it. So that in combination with Athing Mu was plus 450 to win the women's 800. And, you know, she hadn't been running any 800. She hadn't run 800 in a while. So maybe that's why they had her as an underdog. You know, I just sat in hope because, you know, we had one of the parlays. I just sat in hope that she would basically come through and her experience, because the girls wasn't like the girls were going to come through and run 154. The girls weren't going to come through and run 155. I knew that the women in that race was not ready to go what Athing Mu's PR was, or even close to it. They didn't. They definitely didn't. So, you know, Athing Mu didn't win. It was okay. This particular parlay right here, this particular wager was only $100. Some people bet $1,000 on that parlay, and they would have got 200 grand based upon that winning. So it happens like that. This one was $100, paid 20 grand. The odds were, you know, plus 20,104. It would have been great. So it didn't work out. But Athing Mu, her swirling, you know, interracial marrying behind has gone downhill career-wise. So maybe she was satisfied. Maybe her parents coming from South Sudan and her getting a fat contract with Nike and her winning the NCAA title, Olympic titles, and world titles. Maybe that was simply enough for her and she's become satisfied. Maybe she wanted to, you know, maybe she never felt adequate being skinny, being dark skinned. Maybe even being with Brandon Miller made her feel unfulfilled. She needed to find a white boy. So she think about her kids. A lot of black women do that. They feel like they're too dark. They want light skinned kids. You know, we've seen it happen with a lot of women, especially as of late in track and field. You know, Shawnee Miller, Weibo, and plenty other ones in entertainment do this. But that's what happened, y'all. My parlay went straight to mud because this woman can't get her life together. So it's all good. Been winning a lot of other ones lately, but that's just how that one turned out. You can't win them all. So I ain't gonna even lie like I win them all. But on this day, yeah, Athing Mu blew it for me. Anyway, y'all, tell me what y'all think. This was $100K a day. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Do y'all think Athing Mu marriage is what sent her down? Or was it something else? Or did she just get satisfied? Because I know that I will never bet on Athing Mu again. I don't know what it's going to take for her to come back, but man, it's been grand opening and grand closing for her career. Because ever since she got that fat contract, won all that stuff, got married, it's been nothing but bad news bears. Tell me what y'all think in the comments. Am I right about this? Is it the marriage, the interracial marriage that took her out? Or is it something else? Till next time, y'all. Peace.